What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for waking up with TD in the morning. What's going on, Miami Dolphin fans? Shout out to the homie Ronnie N, becoming the newest member of TD Fans Talk. Member for 3 months, GOAT status, man, using my free member milestone chat to say hit the like button and bye-bye to Hello Watson. Oh my gosh, Ronnie is not a new member. He's been a GOAT member for 3 months now, man. Salute to you. That's pretty cool, bro. He said using my free member milestone chat to say hit the like button. I didn't even know they give milestone chats. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. I'm loving the membership perks, the way that they got it set up. That's what's up, man. I like that. And listen, he used it to say hit the like button, y'all. He also said bye-bye to and hello Watson, but y'all, I gotta stop, man. Oh man, but I appreciate you, homie, and thank you so much for supporting the channel. 3 months now, you've been a member and GOAT status. Man, salute to you. Love you for that, man. Thank you so much, man. Listen, man, we're gonna have a much more relaxed morning this morning. We're gonna go over PFF grades. Okay. Like I say every week, a lot of people like PFF, and then if it doesn't fit a narrative they're trying to drive, they at like PFF isn't always right or whatever, man. I like it because it gives you more in-depth perspective on players. So we're gonna actually do a lot of work out of PFF this morning. We just want to go through the team, look at how they're rating them on the season so far. It's not just gonna be last week, ladies and gentlemen. PFF is a cumulative, so they're taking the season so far and giving you the player's grade and how they're doing. All right. Excuse me. Let me see something here. All right. Of course. Okay, so let me read this how PFF grades work. On every play, a PFF analyst will grade each player on a scale of -2 to +2, according to what he did on that play. From there, the grades are normalized to better account for game situation and are finally converted to a 0 to 100 scale. All right. So that's how it pretty much works. So I want to go through today. Let me pull it on the screen so y'all can see. Let me share my screen. All right, let's see here. Let's go Chrome tab. All right, we're gonna share the screen. I'm gonna get on there this time. All right. Can y'all see it well anyway? Matter of fact, let me go to 150. Hopefully y'all can see it well. All right, I just zoomed in for y'all. So we're gonna try to go by position. Okay, we're gonna do this one step at a time by position. We'll start out with the quarterbacks, and then we'll go with the wide receivers, so forth and so on. Yeah, give me a second. Okay, position. Let's go quarterbacks to start out with. Mhm. All right, so let me know if y'all can see it just fine. Let me see. Let me go back up to 150. 150. All right. It's not being friendly to me. All right, it doesn't matter. We'll go here anyway. All right, so this is where we are on our quarterbacks ratings, okay? So as of right now, Jacoby Brissett from the quarterback position in the NFL is ranked 17th out of 34. Okay. Tua is ranked 31st out of 34. Now it's a small sample size for both of them, so but this is just the very start of the season, okay? Um Anybody who's surprised, oh, how could Jacoby Brissett be ranked higher than Tua Tagovailoa? Well, it's simple. Jacoby Brissett did not have a bad game. Everybody's writing this narrative because of the O-line that Jacoby Brissett had a bad game, like he was trash too. But the reality is Jacoby Brissett moved the ball down the field several times. And out of the 4 times he moved the ball down the field, he only turned it over once. The other times were not his fault. He actually made huge plays. I mean, Jacoby Brissett threw a touchdown to Devontae Parker, and Devontae Parker dropped it. They're going to rate Jacoby Brissett very high on that play because he escaped pressure and still was able to deliver a football to his quarterback. I mean, his wide receiver. His wide receiver is going to take a hit on that play. As far as not completing it. So Jacoby Brissett, once again, ladies and gentlemen, he actually played really good for the Miami Dolphins. Like, I want y'all to, now don't get me wrong, there was stuff that even I saw that he didn't call on blitzes and things like that, but he still, was able to make do with it. With the way the O-line played, you would think Jacoby Brissett got sacked 10 times. Tua played 3 minutes of the game and got sacked twice. Jacoby Brissett pretty much had the other 45 minutes and got sacked 4 times. It's not adding up. He got hit a lot and everything, but he still played very well. And I know some people say he was all right, but I want y'all to think of it this way. If Devontae Parker catches his touchdown, 7 points. If Grant doesn't fumble where he is, let's go worst case scenario, field goal. If Albert Wilson doesn't drop the pass that he drops in the red zone, another field goal. And I think Waddle even had one drop as well, or fumble, or whatever it may be. Jacoby Brissett was making plays, moving us down the field. We just don't recognize that for the simple fact the offensive line was looking so bad and he was running for his life that we didn't even care about the good things that were happening. It sucks because it reminds you of Ryan Fitzpatrick. Regardless of the trash O-line, they still were able to move the ball. And unfortunately, if the O-line's playing bad with Tua, we're not able to move the ball. It's just chaotic. It's a whole bunch of punts. But I want y'all to really think about all the drops that Jacoby Brissett had. You know how we said that last year with Tua? Well, look at how many drops there was. Jacoby's all were in the red zone. All of them were in the red zone. All of them. And now, does this mean Jacoby Brissett is a better quarterback than Tua Tagovailoa? No, I don't believe so myself. But he did make more happen with less. Does he have more talent than Tua Tagovailoa? Me, myself, I don't believe he does. But he still is able to make more happen with less. And again, small sample size. Tua got one game. Really, Jacoby technically has one game now. Small sample size, but he still made plays. It looks unorthodox and it looks very timid, but he still made plays. He still was able to avoid a lot of pressure and still throw a football. So the reality is right now, and let me tell you something. Somebody sent me this last night. They were like, Tua actually tried to come back in the game, TD, but they didn't let him. Did they not let him because they were just trying to protect him? Or was this an opportunity for them to say, let's see how Jacoby's going to do? I am so interested to see if Tua Tagovailoa starts this week because technically, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be honest, he can start this week. It's just a matter of pain management. If he's sore and under pain, how he handles it. But I want to see what Brian Flores does. I want to see if he says, nah, get your rest, young man. I'm going to go with Jacoby Brissett. Because with this O-line being the way that it is, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, Jacoby Brissett is going to handle this O-line better than Tua. And on top of it, you're supposed to put your backup at risk in situations like this before your starter. I can't wait. I really want to see who ends up starting this game. It's going to be interesting. Because if Tua doesn't start, we already know they're going to say, well, we feel that, with his pain and stuff like that, we want to proceed with caution. I'm going to tell you, that's going to be a bunch of crap. That's why I honestly need to see Tua start this game. And yes, I'm making an assumption, so I don't want nobody to get all mad like I know everything. I am actually making an assumption by saying if Tua Tagovailoa doesn't start, it's simply because they want to see Jacoby Brissett some more. They might feel he gives us the best chance to win if this O-line is going to be missing assignments and playing bad. Because they know what Tua is going to give if the offensive line isn't playing well. We all know what Tua is going to give us if the offensive line ain't playing well. We all know what Tua is going to give us if the O-line's not playing well, and we're all going to say it's because of the O-line. Okay. Somebody said that's a bold assumption. Yeah, at least I'm glad you put assumption on there because I am admitting this is just an assumption. Does not make me right. I could be 1,000% wrong, but I am telling y'all, man, if they choose to let Jacoby Brissett start and say they want to go ahead and take it day by day with Tua and, they want to make sure that, we don't put him in any additional danger and make sure his ribs, fully heal or at least get better. That's crap to me. Because he can play. Give him that little jacket and send him out there. But it's going to be telling because I feel like and these rankings doesn't lie. With the bad O-line, Ryan Fitzpatrick and Jacoby Brissett makes more happen. So I said, TD, you're 97% right. You crazy. Shout out to Chef Jew, has been a member for 5 months with the GOAT status. Said, good morning, TD and everyone. Looking forward to seeing if our team learned from the beating from last Sunday to get a win versus Las Vegas. Love my team, no matter what. Glad to be here. Subscribe, like, share, and become a member today. That's what's up, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Love you, Chef Jew, man. Man, my family's showing up. That's right, Chef Jew family. It's gonna be interesting. But this is where we're at with the quarterback situation. Let's dive in real quick. What did Jacoby Brissett does well? Now you can see year by year for Jacoby Brissett from a PFF standpoint, just not a good quarterback. Last year, he shocked everybody, came out with a strong quarterback rating for the season. And so far this year, he's in the middle of the pack. He's literally the middle of the pack quarterback at 72.3. But his passing grade is 69.5 and his run grade is 68.7. He has an overall offensive grade of 72.3 because there's blocking into that and different things like that too. All of that. And then they definitely throw the ball a lot more with Jacoby. So honestly, there are some solid grades all across the board for Jacoby Brissett. Tua Tagovailoa, on the other hand, passing grade 52.8. 31st out of 34. Run grade 68.5. 32 out of 33. Well, no. That's the passing grade. Excuse me. It's 32 out of 33. And the run grade is 68.5. Run grade, the handoffs, making the right decision, doing the right thing on the run plays, but the passing plays. And if we want to be fair, right? I know we want to say it's the O-line making, his rating go down and stuff. But Jacoby Brissett, same O-line, right? But then on top of it, if we want to be honest and fair, just like the play we broke down last night, you know what PFF is seeing in the passing grade? They're like, man, he has a wide open guy on the right side, and he never even looks that way. Plus, your hot read should have been on the right side of the field anyway. See, they're noticing that there are opportunities that he's straight up leaving on the table. See, what happens when you get a blitz unevaded to the quarterback and it's not your fault, they're not killing you about grading you. They're putting that where the blame belongs. They know when a quarterback can't do anything. They know that. They are simply grading him off of the opportunities that he is leaving on the table. And we all see wide open people over the field. And that's part of the issue. That has been a part of the issue. All right. Now, I don't even want to stay on quarterbacks anymore. I don't want to stay on quarterbacks any longer. That's just what it is. All right. And let me say something too. Nobody wants to talk about how well Jacoby actually played. They want to diminish it because of the O-line, because they don't want to weigh the factor of what he was able to do in spite of. I know it wasn't getting in the end zone, but was that his fault? His receivers dropped everything in the red zone. Jacoby Brissett actually played a good game, y'all. With the circumstances, with a bad O-line, he actually, outside of calling even his protections, which was terrible, he didn't do a lot of that either. But outside of the bad O-line and the receiver drops, what more would you have wanted Brissett to do? Outside of the receivers dropping the ball and the O-line playing the way they did, and he made some protection lapses himself, what else would you have wanted him to do? Somebody said if you don't score, it's not a good game. Well, that's a lie. If Tua takes us there, if Tua has 10 possessions in a game and he takes us down the field all 10 times and the running back or the wide receiver turns it over all 10 times, you'll say Tua had a great game. They screwed him over today. His teammates. Like, some of y'all have to be honest. Even though we scored 0 points, you have to be able to evaluate how a player did. 0 points. What could Jacoby Brissett have done better outside of that first interception? You got to give the man a little bit of credit, right? Somebody said run for a 100-yard touchdown. Oh, man. But for real, you got to get a man some type of credit, right? Yesterday looked like, it looked like a day that we were going to be punting, and we actually moved the ball down there. So, I just want to give him his credit. Mac Hollins, all right, let's go to the receiver room. He didn't do much. This season so far, though, he is getting some snaps. He's already at 23 snaps on the season. Not many, honestly, if you think of it. All right. Low grading. I'm not even going to talk about Mac Hollins much because he ain't doing nothing out there. He's not been a target. He's been a few times, but offensive grade 54.5, receiving grade 54.2. He hasn't even really been a factor where we need to even evaluate. But even though when he is on the field, it's not the greatest. Preston Williams makes a season debut. He also has a low grade of 56.3, receiving grade of 54.6. I'm gonna tell y'all, when I saw Preston Williams on the field, he looked real slow. But let me give him an excuse real quick, right? Preston Williams, they were running everything short. And that ain't his game. Preston Williams is the one that is supposed to be running the deep routes all day, every day. And when I saw him out there, he just looked like in a guy who was participating in a system where he doesn't belong. Everything was a short pass, and he's out there literally like running half speed, like, oh, here come another play that really ain't for me. Here come another play that really ain't for me. That's what I saw from Preston Williams. Oh, a crossing route, a shallow crossing route for like 3 yards. All right, let me catch this and get tackled. And no, they're not even running plays that's conducive to guys just like Preston Williams. Somebody says some fans are sad, calling to get rid of Fuller because he had personal issues and didn't believe him. Now he's back and ready to go. I'm ready. Let's see what he can do to this offense. Now, if anybody was calling to get rid of him, that's a whole nother story. You ain't getting rid of a guy that you done paid money to, and he actually is an asset to your team. All right, let's keep it going. Jakeem Grant. Just plummeting off of a cliff. 33.7 this season. Again, he's not even getting that many reps. Look, 14 snaps this year so far. Mac Hollins is getting more than him. And in those 14 snaps, you can't fumble the ball like that, y'all. He catches the ball in the red zone, trying to get a first down, but he fumbles the ball. That was a critical moment as well. Again, I don't even want to talk about Grant either much because it's just, oh my God, it's just embarrassing. They putting him in on a lot of run snaps just to give the main primary receivers rest, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Just to give the main receivers rest. So out of his 14 snaps, only 5 of them are passing plays anyway. They're putting him in the game on run plays just to give the receivers rest. When they know they're going to run the ball, put Grant in and give me Parker. All right, Parker, take a breather. We're going to run the ball on this play. Grant, go make a catch. Even though we're not going to throw you the ball, we're going to hand it off. Go. Get a rep. Now, to be fair to Grant, I mean, if you watch the Patriots All-22 film, that boy was out there putting the moves on, getting wide open for like what looked like would be touchdowns. But the problem with Grant is when they do give him an opportunity, he either drops the ball or he fumbles. So you can't do nothing about that. It makes you less sensitive about him running great routes and getting wide open and Tua not hitting them. It makes you like, well, who cares? I mean, you even when we do hit you, you screw it up. It's just terrible. Terrible, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on. I ain't going to waste all my time on that. Albert Wilson, another train wreck right now, 47.4. He is literally the second to last wide receiver in the NFL. 107 eligible wide receivers, and he's ranked 106. He's out there running slow, not even looking close to what he was looking like in training camp in that first week. And he is literally the worst wide receiver in the NFL, ranking-wise, 47.7 for eligible wide receivers. See, they don't put Grant in that because he doesn't have enough snaps. He doesn't have enough snaps to qualify. And they're actually playing him a lot, y'all. Look, 63 snaps, 53 of them passing. Grant's been on the, Albert Wilson's been on the field a lot. He's been on the field a lot. Quite a bit. But just not helping this offense this year. And when you have so many guys like this, it makes you feel like this offense is not, built for a lot of these guys. We're not doing the things that we love to do. Can't wait to Will Fuller's tie them cleats up and see how it goes. Now, our two big dogs that are actually making plays, Devontae Parker and Jalen Waddle. Parker is ranked 25th out of 107. He is in the first quartile of all quarterbacks. And the sad thing is his rating has dropped drastically. He was literally a top 10 quarterback last week. But when you put last week and this week together, he dropped and fell off, even though it's still a high rating. Parker has consistently been good. Look at all this green for his career. Look at all of this green and dark yellow for his career. He has consistently been good, but he's 73.2 overall rating and a 74.1 receiver rating, which is really, really good. But man, I'm telling y'all alone, had he caught that touchdown, he would be about 88, literally. I mean, the play was so bad and impactful that he took a huge drop because of it. He would be about 88. And he done played 100 snaps this year, and 75 of them have been passing. He is your starter. He's still playing good football, but he took a hit because he was literally like 89 last week. So not much negative to say about Parker, but at the same token, those are the big boy plays you got to come down with. Those are the plays that shifts the game. Because had he not dropped that touchdown, it's 14-7. But the defense stopped him again. We come down and had Grant not fumble, it's at least 14-3. Then if Albert Wilson or whoever it was didn't drop the pass, it would at minimum, we might have scored on all of them, but at minimum, it would be 14-13. And we would have went into halftime, ladies and gentlemen, potentially 14-13. Whole different game for the second half. Whole different game for the second half. But it got out of hand and people just started giving up. Easy touchdown, too. Oh, it's so frustrating. Jalen Waddle, 38th out of 107. That's really strong, especially to be a rookie. But I think a lot of this has to also do is because they're trying to feature him in the offense. Here's what's frustrating about it, too. They are making this a one-read offense. So this is also showing you that they're intentionally trying to target Jalen Waddle in the first read offense. These guys aren't getting these targets in the regular flow of the offense. Y'all see what I'm saying here? Our offense has not been an equal opportunity employer. For Jalen Waddle to have the rating that he has, they have literally targeted him. All right, this play right here is built for Jalen Waddle. Here, your first read is a stack receiver, and he's going to come underneath to make sure you stick it to him, especially if the secondary is playing it like this. They're forcing him the ball, and he's getting it and making plays. They are designing it to get him and Parker the ball. Everybody else is standing around running empty routes. And this is what I don't like about it. When you got Albert Wilson, Jakeem Grant, Mac Hollins, and everybody else running blank routes, Preston Williams, where they already know they're not going to get the ball. They be in practice like, yeah, this play ain't for me. As a matter of fact, Tua ain't going to never look my way. And then once in a blue moon, it comes their way, they're not even in rhythm. Let's be honest about this. That's a part of the problem too. Our offense is like LeBron James on any team. Me. Parker Waddle. And then all of a sudden in a crunch time, you want to try to give Albert Wilson, Preston, or Jakeem Grant the ball, and they're not even in a rhythm. It's like the Kevin Love effect. LeBron, and then the last play of the game, which he always says, I'm making the right play. He passed it to Kevin Love in the corner, and he missed. Oh, my gosh, the man ain't in no rhythm. First time you done passed him the ball in the whole game, and you expect him to heat check or something? You heat checking him now? Real talk, y'all. Why you think Gesicki keep getting pissed off? Because he's running empty routes. Gesicki out there, even though he still ain't the greatest of route runners, he's still out there running them hard and like, I'm open. Oh my gosh, how could you have already thrown the ball? Come on, man, I'm wide open. God dog it. They out there running empty routes. This is how you lose the locker room. Guys out there running empty routes, and you can keep saying it in the name of the betterment of the team. Well, we got to do whatever it takes for the team to succeed. And you guys don't want to hear that, especially Gesicki being on a contract year. Y'all do realize Gesicki's value is plummeting. Gesicki's value is plummeting in a contract year, y'all. Why don't you think he mad? He want to get in on this target game too. Design something for me. Gosh. Parker Waddle. Well, give me a play where I'm the first read. That's another part of this offense, issue with this offense. That's another issue. Somebody said one read offense, but Tua don't go through his progressions. I'm confused. What that is the offense is designed for him to hit his first progression, but the problem is, as far as his progressions, if that first one ain't there, he's not looking around. That's what I'm saying. The offense is designed for him to hit his first read, but what is a quarterback supposed to do when it's not there? Go ahead to your second one. But Tua is literally locked in on his first progression. If it's not there, he's still locked in on them. Well, you're not open, and they're playing it well, but I'm going to give you another second just in case you're making moves out there and you figure something out. All the rest of y'all, thanks for being a decoy. Now, if they flush me out of the pocket and I do so happen to escape, now I might see you. But don't expect me to look your way or see you in the regular flow of the offense if my pocket is clean. That's what I'm saying. So if we're going to play this first read game, Gesicki and all the rest of these guys, like, can I get in on the action? Can I get a little bit of this action? Because you got me out here running routes all day and not even getting a target. And then all of a sudden, once in a blue moon, that target come and you mad that I drop it, or just I don't have the rhythm and I'm not in rhythm. I don't have the momentum for myself going. And all these people saying he getting open after the pocket collapses. Stop it. I just showed you 20 highlights of Tua last night where as soon as he threw the ball, there was still great protection. He would at least had another 2 seconds to throw the ball. Like literally, I showed y'all last night, play after play after play. He got rid of that ball quick, and I ain't mad at him. If it's there, you got it. He got rid of that ball right away. And you know what? Another thing about it, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes the defense tells you what your first read should be, but he's still locked on to the first read that the play is designed for. You see what I'm saying? I want y'all to really think about that. I want y'all to really, really think about that. Parker can be on a slant and he's supposed to be the first read, but the corner is playing bump and run coverage and the safety is downhill looking like he's going to jump any slants. But that's still the first read. See, sometimes the defense will show you off rip, oh, my first read ain't going to be there. But it's still his first read. Hike, Parker, my worst fear is confirmed. But I'm going to still look at you just in case you keep running past them. Instead of saying, what else do I have over here? I got trips to the right. And I got my slot guy, Waddle, with 12-yard cushion. And he's running an out with no safety help, and Jakeem's going to take the outside guy. Waddle's going to be wide open. Let me switch this up. I'm not going to look at Parker. I'm going to look at Waddle. I showed y'all that play last night. Remember? If you were here last night, you saw the very play I was telling you about. Pre-snap, you should have read that on the right side is where I really need to focus on, because the way the defense is aligned, I got a guaranteed play. No safety help over the top. That means Jakeem Grant is going to take his man down the field. Waddle got 12-yard cushions. That means he's going to have a wide open out route. Let me hike this ball before they switch it up. And as soon as he hiked, he looked at Parker, and Waddle was wide open over there. A man not even 10 feet within his reach. But you didn't see that. And pre-snap, Parker already didn't have a shot on the play. Corner playing tight, safety, and the corner on the edge could have dropped back and sealed the deal. This is what I'm talking about. That's what we got to be better at. And that's why I always talk about pre-snap reads. People tired of running blank routes out here. It's opportunities all on the field. But Waddle, luckily for him as a rookie, he's getting the targets. He's getting the targets, man. All right, halfback Malcolm Brown. Listen, not looking bad, but he doesn't get enough snaps. Some Wildcat action. Shout out to Joel Cabeda with the donation. He said they need coaching to have a PFF grade on week 1. Defensive coaches sitting in a soft zone, and week 2 of coaching not sitting the line, designing rollouts. I agree, but they ain't got that. Oh, that would be pretty sweet, though, to be honest with you. Nice thought process. They do need it. But can somebody tell me why our running backs actually have great grades, but we always abandon the run? Our running backs have great grades, but they're always abandoning the run. Offensive grade for Malcolm Brown, 71.6. Run grade, 68.5. But yet, we abandon the run. Receiving grade, 57.3. We know that ain't his strong suit. We consistently abandon the run. They still act like we got Kalen Ballage and Kenyon Drake type production. We consistently abandon the run. But Malcolm Brown in the situation now, let me be fair on this with Malcolm Brown. I'm going to give y'all the real story of it. Malcolm Brown does not have this high of a rating if you really put things into perspective. I mean, he does, but I want y'all to think about the end of that last game. Think about the end of the game where they handed it off to him like 3 times in a row and he got like 3 first downs in a row. Trust me, with the minimum snaps that he gets, that really helped his grade out. He basically said, "Oh, he eating," but it's not really that strong. I mean, it's still strong. He would have had a positive grade, but it would have been like mid-60s. It would have been mid-60s. Somebody said the running game is inconsistent, TD. That's actually not true. I mean, it's just not true. They're not using these guys consistently. Ahmed needs to be featured in the passing game. Malcolm Brown needs to be featured in the red zone or Wildcat situation, and Myles Gaskins needs to be the workhorse because Myles Gaskins is literally ranked 19th out of 57 of all running backs in the NFL right now. He's in the upper 1/3 of the NFL and has an amazing rating. He is 6th in the NFL at run game. Do you realize he has the 6th highest running grade in the entire NFL? It ain't about how many yards you get. It's about when you do get that ball handed off to you, how are you executing? He is the 6th best running back in the NFL right now when they hand it off, how he executes. Does he have the 6th best numbers? Not at all. Why? Because they ain't handing them the ball off. You got these running backs running 30 times, getting 150 yards. He ain't running like them. No. If they give him the volume, you'll be surprised that he's getting numbers better than them. I can't stand when people make that assumption. Well, if they gave him TD, you're mad they only gave him 9 carries. If they gave him 25, he would fall off a cliff. How can you make that assumption? Can you see them give him 25 carries first to see what he does? Y'all might be shocked if Gaskin's got 25 carries if he ain't run up the thing for 130 yards. You'd be really shocked. Because when he does get the carries, he producing. Somebody said PFF doesn't match my eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, when Gaskins runs the ball, are you seeing tackles for losses all day? Or do you see him actually picking up positive gains, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13 yards? Y'all better go watch the film every time this man runs the ball. Every time he runs the ball. I'm telling y'all. Let me see if they got something, man. I wonder, do they have any workup on him? Nobody did any workup on him on any of the games. Wow, yep. Nobody did any workup on Myles Gaskins at all. It's tough. Nobody did any workup, film or nothing. Somebody said Gaskins is bad. In a good way bad or a bad way? Please help me understand that. Oh, man. I got to see something real quick. Yeah, give me a second. Oh, he a Bills fan? Oh, okay. That makes sense now. It makes all the sense in the world. Let me pull this up real quick. Yeah, give me a second, real quick. I just have to do this real quick. Yeah, ignore him. LOL. Folks question his durability. Yeah, who cares? You know what I mean? Who cares if they question his durability? You got to run him. You have to run the man. I have to bring this up real quick. Y'all give me a second. I'm gonna come back to the PFF grades in a moment. But I want to do this real quick because I need to see what's going on. I want to start out with the Patriots game. As you can see, Myles Gaskins ran the ball 9 times for 49 yards. He averaged 5.4 yards per carry. That is excellent in the NFL, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent. That is excellent. And let's see something, y'all. This is what I'm trying to show y'all, okay? So the first time Myles Gaskins ran the ball, he got 2 yards. It wasn't for a loss. Not great, but okay, we got 2 yards, right? Then the next play on 3rd and 3, he runs for 15 yards. Clutch. Then the next play, he runs for 4 yards. And y'all know my rule. 4 or more, we in the door. All right. Then he has on 1st and 10, -1. Okay. Still looking great as a back. All right. Ahmed, 18-yard pass. That's his job. He need to be featured in the passing game. Myles Gaskins on 1st and 10, then runs for 8 yards. And then Tua runs in for his own touchdown. So this is what I want y'all to notice in this drive, which was a touchdown. He started out with 2 yards. Not great, but it's still positive. Then he rips off 15. 2 plays, he gets 17 yards. And then not only he was clutch on 3rd and 3, 15 yards on 3rd and 3, ladies and gentlemen. Then he comes right back to start the drive with 4 yards, which puts your quarterback in a positive situation of 2nd and 6. Tua throws for a first down. Then on first down, it didn't work out, -1. That's okay. It happens at times, but he's been more positive than negative. Ahmed rips a big one off, and then Gaskins on 1st and 10. 1st and 10, 8 yards, giving your quarterback another positive situation, 2nd and 2. Heck of a first drive for Myles Gaskins. Heck of a first drive for Myles Gaskins. Okay? Next drive on 2nd down. This is where I hate what Miami does. They won't run the ball on first down sometimes, and then they put it in Gaskins' hands on 2nd down when they're trying to send pressure anyway, and he has a -1 yard. And then Tua gets sacked on the next play. Didn't have a shot anyway, y'all. Didn't have a shot anyway. Didn't even matter. Didn't have a shot. Stalled drive. Next drive. Threw the ball on first down. Incomplete. Threw the ball on 2nd down. Got a big chunk. Just now Gaskins ain't even nowhere to be found. Threw the ball. Incomplete. Threw the ball. Incomplete. Threw the ball. Incomplete. Didn't even hand the ball off to Gaskins one time. What did Gaskins deserve up to this point for him not to get the ball handed off one time to him on the next drive? Y'all see what I'm talking about? You have the next drive, you run 5 plays and don't even run the ball one time. You let Tua throw the ball every time, and you get 4 incompletions and 1 completion. You can't make it up. You cannot make this up, y'all. You cannot make this up. And we want to say, well, Gaskins is inconsistent. No, they're inconsistent giving him the rock. Your premier backs would have had the ball at least twice on that drive right there alone. Right there alone. Next drive, Ahmed is in the game as if Gaskins is tired now. All of a sudden, he's tired. So blame Tua again, TD. What did I blame Tua about? I didn't blame Tua about nothing, man. Y'all shut up with this stupidness, man. We having a grown man conversation, man. Kids exit the building right now. Y'all should be in school right now, okay? Nobody said nothing negative about Tua. I just said the play call and they put it in his hands 4 times, but what did Gaskins do not to earn it? Kids exit the building. Stop all the nonsense. That's all y'all do, starting stuff. Then Ahmed gets 1 carry for -1 yards. This is bad personnel calling. No Gaskins, 2 possessions in a row. He might have been in on the last possession, but you didn't even use him. No Gaskins, 2 possessions in a row, and haven't he been cooking y'all? Why are you getting mad, TD? I ain't getting mad. I'm just tired of toxic people in the comment section. That's toxicity. They're the ones spreading that, oh, you hating on Tua narrative all the time. That's them. All right? So, no Gaskins, y'all. Now, let's go to the field goal. Let's go to the field goal situation. Field goal situation. Tua to Waddle, 36. Beautiful. Neutral zone, but that was a shotgun. No Gaskins. Tua, incomplete to Parker. No Gaskins. Tua, pass short to Gaskins. Now Gaskins is back in the game on 2nd and 5, and he makes a play for you. Gets you at least 4 yards, and it's in the passing game. Brissett, QB keeper. They're not even going to run the ball with Gaskins. They're going to give it to Brissett. Then Tua, short pass right to Gaskins, ran out of bounds, 10 yards. On 1st and 15, Gaskins once again put you in a positive situation. This man needs to stay on the field, and this is your best weapon, honestly. Next play, incomplete to Albert Wilson. Then Tua gets sacked, and Gaskins was the only highlight on that drive. The only highlight on that drive, and you got a field goal for Jason Sanders, and that's because Gaskins got you in field goal range. Gaskins. But they're not even utilizing him to his fullest. Come out after halftime. Myles Gaskins, 2 yards. Oh, now we want to start the game off right, doing the right thing. Okay. Tua incomplete. Tua deep pass to Parker, 30 yards. Now we got Malcolm Brown back in. No more Gaskins. Now Tua goes short to Miles Gaskins. Gaskins puts you right back in field goal range, 12 yards. Gaskins runs the ball to the right end, 15 yards. Finally, y'all getting it in your head. Then you pull Gaskins again, and now it's Ahmed's time. Even though he still got a direct snap for 8 yards, that's the Wildcat. Malcolm Brown, 4 yards in the Wildcat. Tua to Waddle for the touchdown. Who look like they the one that's cooking in this whole game every time they're involved in the offense? Who's cooking, ladies and gentlemen? Miles Gaskins. Miles Gaskins. Next possession. Ahmed is in. -3 yards. Tua incomplete. Tua pass short to Miles Gaskins behind the line of scrimmage for -2 because now they're looking for him to bail him out. You're not even using him correctly. Next drive. Tua to Parker. Gaskins off the right end, 5 yards. Tua short pass to Miles Gaskins, 3 yards. Gesicki, but then you got a penalty. An intended receiver intercepted. End of the game. Offensive holding, don't even matter. Parker short one. Malcolm Brown. Timeout. Malcolm Brown. We all know how this is going to end. No Gaskins, but whatever. We're just trying to end the game. So, overall, Miles Gaskins, 9 carries for 59 yards. It's unfair that Derrick Henry can run the ball and have 8 plays in a row where he does 8 plays and get 15 yards and averages 1.9 a carry. Then he break off the 160-yarder, and now life is good. See, all these other backs get those opportunities to -1, 2, -2, 3 yards, -1, -5, negative blah, blah, blah. Oh, 60-yarder. They get that benefit of the doubt, but Miles Gaskins out here eating on almost every single play, and they won't keep feeding the man the rock. They won't feed the man the rock as a primary back. They won't feed him the rock as the primary back. It's insulting, y'all. Anyway, man, I've reached the 8 o'clock hour, y'all. We're gonna pick up where we left off on these grades. I'm gonna do another stream before probably within a few hours. I'm gonna do another stream and we're gonna continue with these grades. We're gonna continue going through these PFF grades because they're telling you a story. They're telling you a story, and we're leaving off on Miles Gaskins, who is having a good season, but they are not featuring him in the offense. They are not featuring and whether you want to believe it or not, he's our best offensive weapon. He's more consistent than everybody. He ain't out here dropping balls. He ain't out here fumbling all over the field every week. And he's the one making plays. He's the one picking up the first downs. He's the one that's putting Tua in second and manageable, third and short. He's the one doing all of that. So we're going to pick up where we left off with, from Gaskins whenever I come back. I know Miami Sports Music is cranking up right now, so y'all go check them out. And I'm going to get some stuff done, and then I'll be back with y'all hopefully before noon sometime today. We're gonna continue on these PFF grades part 2. All right. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We're gonna keep it going. See y'all soon. Peace. I'm out. Hit the like button on your way out.